DeBary, Florida, the Frederick DeBary Historic House, August 1st. Frederick DeBary arrived from Germany in the 1840s, made his considerable fortune as an agent for Mum's Champagne, sold wine and spirits across America, built this elegant winter hunting estate in what was then called Enterprise, Florida, in 1871. He arrived here every December or January with crowds of guests requiring personal invitations. This wasn't a hotel, just a very well-appointed private life, and somehow that wasn't enough for DeBary. He amassed over 10,000 acres, planted citrus groves, built a packing house beside the lake pier, and launched the DeBary Merchants Line, steamboats running from Jacksonville to Enterprise along the St. Johns River. Until 1889, most steamers on this river were his boats. The man sold champagne, bought Florida, grew oranges, and ran a steamboat empire, all while personally abstaining from the champagne. Teddy bears everywhere, on tables, on chairs, propped against walls, surveying this hunting lodge with the same bewilderment I feel. Frederick DeBary hosted elaborate dinner parties here, served the finest champagnes and wines to presidents and dignitaries in this very space. Today we're serving apple juice. And there I am, sitting in this chair, by this window, looking out at the fountain, watching Florida being Florida, green and humid and beautiful, in ways that explain entirely why wealthy northerners kept building winter estates here, a stuffed bear in a hunting lodge, waiting for children to arrive for a tea party. The absurdity is not lost on me. Then, in 1937, DeBary's grandson Adolphe, 23 years old, recently graduated from Harvard, stepped in front of a car to save a young woman crossing the street and died. His sister Leonie inherited everything, made the house her own, built a runway and airplane hangar on the property. Then, in 1941, she and her husband flew into a mountain in a rainstorm, ignoring weather warnings. She was 31, no children. After that, the estate passed through developers and senior citizens and art federations and abandonment, until the 1990s restoration finally brought it back to this. Some houses carry more story than they should have to hold. This one carries all of it quietly. The dining room, where DeBary hosted his legendary parties. Place settings for people who've been gone for generations, their names still marking their spots at the table like they might return any moment. Grant ate here, Cleveland ate here, Roosevelt hunted bears. I have feelings about that sentence. The children will come today. They'll bring their teddy bears, my colleagues, my kin, and they'll learn about tea etiquette in a room where presidents dined. They'll hear stories in a house that has its own stories going back a century and a half. They won't know about Ulysses Grant or Grover Cleveland. They won't know about DeBary's champagne fortune or the irony of a teetotaler's wine empire. They won't know that Theodore Roosevelt, the man who inspired every teddy bear ever made, never sat in this dining room, never walked these grounds, never saw this fountain. But they'll remember the tea, the sandwiches, the feeling of sitting somewhere old and beautiful with their favorite bear in a house that somehow made time stand still. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that's actually everything. The tea does smell nice. fashion on display, dresses that required assistants to wear, suits that communicated social position through cut and fabric, an era when clothing announced exactly who you were and where you stood in the hierarchy. People were smaller then. You notice it in clothes. These dresses, these suits, built for bodies that worked harder, ate differently, lived shorter, more physically demanding lives, the care taken with these objects, preserved, displayed, honored. Someone understood these weren't just clothes, they were evidence of lives lived, of an era past, of the particular human beings who wore them through their particular human days. There's real tenderness in preservation, real love in the decision that something deserves to be remembered. I'm a teddy bear standing in a doll room in a hunting lodge. This is either the most natural place I've ever been or the strangest. I genuinely cannot decide which. They look back at me with the same porcelain calm they've maintained for over a century, unperturbed by time, unperturbed by history, unperturbed by the fact that their house has become a museum hosting teddy bear tea parties. Maybe that's the real lesson here. Outlast everything through sheer stillness. The family crest, DeBary's European heritage displayed proudly in his Florida estate. Bringing old world formality to new world wilderness, that specifically Victorian American ambition of combining frontier opportunity with continental sophistication, he made it work largely. This estate was genuinely magnificent, the most impressive address on the St. Johns River for decades, and somewhere, in some parallel universe, Theodore Roosevelt sailed down that same river, knocked on that same door, and I was never named after him at all. But I am, and here I am, in the hunting lodge he never visited. Life is full of these small injustices. The fountain, water moving in the Florida afternoon light, the estate grounds spreading out around it, the house standing exactly as it has for over 150 years, having survived everything, prosperity and decline, war and peace, presidents and centuries. Frederick DeBary sold champagne he never drank, built a life of extraordinary elegance around a product he personally abstained from. There's a whole philosophy in that, probably, finding your purpose in what you provide others. Even when it's not what you consume yourself,